Hello everyone and welcome to the Projectile system video. What you're seeing here is the engine actually running through some of the projectiles that we've already created. So you're going to see some interesting things like the capacity to boomerang things. That chakram that you're seeing right there is actually something that you can import yourself. You're going to see a whole bunch of different shapes and flight patterns. So there's plenty of variants that you'll be able to achieve with the system. Now, in and of itself, it might look nice and be sort of interesting for the game, but what's very exciting about it is that this system will actually be accessible to our players. What you're seeing right now off to the left is just a temporary interface. The more advanced players may get something similar to this interface, which will give you the capacity to change pretty much everything that you see here. I'll go into a few details here in a sec. But the sort of just casual user will be able to change basic things like colors and the type of projectile, the sounds, and all that sort of good stuff. So what we're going to see next is going to be something interesting that the system can do there. It can actually launch into patterns. So you can create shields and other shapes. You can also just have the effect originate and terminate at one of the points, so on the target or the activator, so you can create all kinds of effects like cast effects or just a rain that rains directly down on top of an entity. We have the effects of ropes, we have beams, but I think one of the more important things is that you're going to actually be able to import any image to act as the actual projectile. This means that right now what we're seeing is a hatchet toss, so we're just going to replace it with something random. Here I'm just looking at a list of some of the items that we've created. So let's just throw a fish. We'll slow-mo it here for you. But it can be anything that you design, and it can be used in any of the patterns. You can also control what happens after impact, so you can actually create these sort of animations to change these arcane missiles into maybe some sort of a ghost or haunt effect. You can of course control the amount of projectiles that you fire, so you can shoot up to 100 at a time and different bursts. You can also control the shape of the flight, so you can create waves, spirals, noise, rolls, boomerangs, and then arcs and mixes thereof. You can also remove and add the particles. So let's say that you didn't want the smoke on this effect. You can remove the smoke as we just saw there, or you can add up to 5 particles. You'll also be able to control the color of any of the effects. You'll have a primary and secondary color. And so you can pretty much just go wild and do all sorts of crazy effects. You can control the launch and the impacts. You'll also be able to easily change the sound that a projectile has. You'll be able to choose from our own library or import your own sound, so you can get the weapon or magic spell to sound exactly like you want. But now, without further ado, I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of what we are working on for the Starship or Sci Fi tile set. So enjoy.